doing? This is Kim with KG Designs. Today I'm going to bring to you a paper piecing project for St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to make a card from Maymay Made It's Suit Up stamp set. So what you're going to need a white card base that is cut 8.5 by 8.5 by 5.5. You're going to score it in the middle at 4 1/4 to give you an A2 size card. You're going to need one piece of gold glitter cardstock. This is Brutus Monroe's glitter cardstock. It's gorgeous. And that's going to need to be cut 4 by 5 1/4. You're also going to need a piece of black cardstock that's cut 3 1/4 by 5. You're going to need some scraps. You're going to need some white, some black, a piece of gold glitter cardstock, and then this is a rather large piece. You won't need one this big, but you'll need some green glitter cardstock. Again, this is Brutus Monroe's green cardstock. It's beautiful. The glitter doesn't rub off. It is absolutely stunning. You're going to need Maymay's Suit Up stamp. Maymay Made It Suit Up stamp. It's a great stamp. You can tell I've used this one a lot. You're going to need some VersaFine black onyx ink. I used a Darice embossing folder called Multiple Lines. This step's not necessary. I just thought it was really nice to have. It gave the shirt portion of the suit a little bit of texture. You're going to need some Scotch double-sided foam tape or whatever type of dimensional tape or dimensionals that you use. You're going to need some art glitter glue. Can't make a card without art glitter glue. You're also going to need a 1/2-inch circle punch. The one I'm using is a 1/2-inch scallop circle punch, but any 1/2-inch circle punch or somewhere in that diameter would be fine. And I'm going to use my Mini Misty because I typically do not stamp well. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to locate on the stamp set, we're going to locate the lapel portion of the suit. And that's this portion right here. You'll see it's the lapel of the jacket, as well as the shirt and the buttons that go down the center of the jacket. Just going to lay it there for right now. We're going to take a piece of our green glitter cardstock. I'm going to need to cut some down. Let me do that real quick. And on this glitter cardstock, I am going to have to cut, or rather stamp on the back, because I don't have an ink that will stamp on this glitter cardstock. Everything I have just is very faint. So what I do is I stamp on the back of it because it's a symmetrical pattern on the stamp set and cut it out since we're doing a paper piecing project. So we're going to put this right there. We're just going to stamp that out. And at this point, because it is on the back, you want to get a decent impression so that you can see, but you don't have to get the greatest impression because the ink is not going to show on this piece. You just want a line to go by. Okay, we can set that aside. Now we're going to take a piece of white. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stamp that jacket. And when I get this done, I'm going to run this through an embossing folder to give it texture. You don't have to do that at this point. You can leave it just like it is. If you don't have an embossing folder that you could use, mine has lines in it. I have a paisley one that would make a great shirt as well, because I've seen those as well. Okay, I'm back with my stamped image that went through the embossing folder. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take our scrap of gold here, our gold glitter, and we're going to stamp on the back of it again. We're going to get our bow tie stamp out. We're just going to place it here at the top, bring our Misty door over, pick it up. Again, it doesn't matter placement. You want to get a good enough impression that you can see it, but how good it is not important because you're not going to see it. Just stamp that there. And we're going to flip that cardstock and do that again. Just like that. Okay. Now we are going to get our pocket portion of our stamp. We're going to stamp it twice. All right, the first thing we're going to do is stamp that on the back of a piece of the green. So I'm going to take the pocket portion and I'm going to place it upside down here, because I only want the top portion of that stamp. I don't need the whole pocket on my green. All right, I'm going to take my ink and stamp that up. Like I say, I'm just stamping the top portion. And again, it doesn't even matter if I get a great stamp. So see, that's because that top portion is all I want. Now I'm going to take a scrap of black, and believe it or not, the black is going to show, the ink is going to show, but I want to stamp that pocket out again on that piece of black. And see, you can see that it did. You can see that black ink on that black cardstock. Now, we're done with our stamping. So, Messy Marvin can put that ink away before she makes a big mess. And I can put my Misty away. Now comes the fussy cutting. And oddly enough, this is the fun part to me. You can use your scan and cut. You can use the SVGs to the stamp set to do this. Maymay has shown on her website, on her YouTube videos, how to do that, how to use the SVGs. You get a free SVG with most of the stamp sets if that's what you want to do. She's also shown you how to use your scan and cut, and I have one. But for me, these pieces are so simple. It's not worth getting the machine out, changing everything I'm doing. My craft room is small. I have to change up my entire room setup just to get it out. So I'm going to leave it. I just as soon use my scissors, especially when all we're cutting out mostly is triangles and rectangles. And then our green glitter is going to go at the top of that pocket. Now on our bow tie, we're going to cut one bow tie completely out, just like it's stamped. Remember, it's stamped on the back of our gold glitter cardstock. Okay, there's one. And on the other, all we want is the bow in the middle of the bow tie. The knot, I'm sorry. All we want is the knot of the bow tie. Just that center section. And the only reason we're doing this is just to give our bow tie a little bit of dimension and not have it just flat down on our card. Especially with the fact that we don't have inking on the front of this piece. I need to get some stays on ink so I can do that better. All right, we're done with that. Okay, now we're going to cut out our lapel area. So we're going to, and remember it's on the back of our green glitter cardstock. Okay, what we also want to do on this green glitter piece is we want to cut the shirt portion out. So we're just going to come down the inside of this V and cut it out because our white piece is going to show through here. Just like that. Then on our white piece, where we have stamped the front of the shirt and possibly I've embossed mine, we're just going to come out to the side and roughly follow that same line because it's going to just go behind the lapel of our jacket. We just need something to glue to. Okay. So I'm going to take a black Sharpie marker and go around the edges of all my glitter pieces just to give it some edge. I don't know that it's going to help a ton, but I do want that white not to show. And Maymay has taught us if you're going to do this, come from the back, because if you're going to slip, it's going to slip to the back. And that way you don't mess up what you've already cut out. This is just plain Sharpie marker, nothing special, but if you have alcohol markers in a black, you could use that. Okay, now let's do the same thing to the top of our pocket. And to the knot of our bow. And our bow tie. Okay. Now it's just time to glue everything together. So let's put the top of our pocket on. We're going to get our art glitter glue. Put just a little, I've not got too much. I didn't about get too much. I did get too much. Okay, let's glue the bow, the knot to our bow on. Actually, let's pop that knot up a little bit. Let's get some foam tape. Got some little pieces here. Let's turn him over. Okay. Get him stuck down. Get my pokey tool. Get that off. And turn him over and just stick him down onto our bow tie. That'll give that a little extra dimension as well. Okay. Now we're going to glue our lapels down to our shirt. I'm going to have to do some trimming first. I just want to lay that up there. And get my pencil. And just kind of trace a little bit where I know I'm going to have to cut off. Cut just to the inside of that stamped line, really. Okay. Let's just put a little glue down here. You've got that line that you've stamped that you can go by, so that's good. I've got some green I've got to trim off up here. It's a little bit long. There we go. Now we're going to glue our bow tie to our shirt. Just like that. All right, so we've got our suit done, our lapels done. We're going to take our black card mat that we cut. We cut this to 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to glue our pocket down. Now I've done this a few times and I've tried to pop this pocket up because I wanted it to have a little dimension, but it doesn't lay right with the lapels if we do that. So we're going to come down here to the bottom corner, bottom right corner, and just put that down. Just like that. Now we're going to take our lapels, get some Scotty, and pop it up. You can see where my little grand dog who came to stay with me this week, his name is Finn. He's a 6-month-old Dixon, and you can see where he decided he wanted to eat some foam tape. So just put that little corner piece right there and we'll be good to go. All right, let's get our up. Somebody didn't put their pin back in their glue. Let's get that done. And then take our pokey tool and take off all of the green, the backing off of our foam tape. That piece may be difficult to get off. Have 2 Dixon grandsons. My first grandson ever was Walter, the Wonder Dog. He is now 9 years old, and then my son and his wife got one this summer. So Finn is 6, maybe 7 months old at this point. And then my husband and I rescued a little red dachshund this spring, last spring. Her name is Precious. All right, so now that we've got our foam tape off, we're going to just place our shirt, our jacket, in the center of that black card mat. There. Okay. So the front of our card's almost done. We've got our black card mat. We're going to glue that down to our gold card mat. And then we'll glue that down to the front of our card base. And I forgot my money coming out of my pocket. I'm gonna have to go stamp a few coins here. So this is where our 1/2-inch punch comes into play. We just need like 3 of these little circles. And have those coming out at the top of his pocket. Like gold coins coming out of his pocket. This is cute. I really like it. Oh, that's not stuck down. Hold that down a little bit. How stinking cute is that? Our cute St. Patrick's Day card. That glitter is absolutely stunning. I want to thank you for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed this card. The card is part of the Maymay Made It pictorial design team. I, along with 3 other wonderful ladies, submit at least 2 projects each month over on Maymay's Instagram page. I'll put a link to that in the description box below so that you can check out all of the other projects. These ladies blow me away every time they post a new project. They're simply amazing. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd be honored if you would. And hit that little bell icon so that you can be notified each time I upload a new video. Until next time, happy crafting and God bless.